Morgan Stanley have some new thoughts on Tesla. What's up with Tesla? 4 pithy thoughts. Tesla remains our top pick in US autos, as in automotive. As the company continues to take steps to mitigate downside risks to the core auto business. Now, I just want to take a quick moment here, keeping in mind that Tesla is, in fact, not just a car company, but just that aspect of Tesla's business, which a lot of investors are currently panicking about. Oh my God, there's no demand margins. It's still Morgan Stanley's number one pick within that subset of industries in which Tesla has fingers in pies. While shifting incremental resources to stationary energy, compute infrastructure, and robotics, and other expressions of embodied AI. Number 1, Tesla's underperformance. Nearly 50% of its all-time highs, which, for the record, is an excellent sale in my opinion. I've been taking full advantage, believe me. Tesla has significantly underperformed its Megapack tech cohort for the past 3 years. A nearly 50% drop in consensus estimates over the past year. Just to be clear, consensus estimates entirely revolving around Tesla's core automotive business. Nothing at all to do with autonomy, AI, none of that. Just vehicles. And maybe, if you're lucky, a little bit of energy. So, while a nearly 50% drop in consensus estimates over the past year may go some way to explain Tesla being 50% off its all-time highs, Tesla stock that is, while we are not holding our breath for a turnaround in global EV margins, we feel it's important for Tesla to continue to demonstrate cost control in the business for investors to begin to appreciate the expanding surface area between its business model and the AI theme. 2. Is Tesla profitable in the core auto business? We forecast Tesla 2024 GAAP operating profit to come in at $5.6 billion when backing out our forecast for zero-emission vehicle credits at $2.3 billion and our estimate of Tesla Energy at $1.1 billion. That reduces the core auto operating profit number to $2.2 billion. Well, not disclosed, by the way, just to be clear. If we were to make a list of all the companies on Earth selling electric vehicles and how much money they're going to make on those electric vehicles sold this year, Tesla would be at the top of the list. BYD likely in second place, although that's debatable now. Shit currently hitting the fan there. We'll see what happens. And basically every other company on that list would actually be losing money. Just putting that out there. While not disclosed by the company, we can easily account for 100% of this remainder with captive dealer margin and a range of recurring revenue streams, including connectivity, charging, software, services, upgrades, FSD, etc., implying remaining operations, mostly EVs, to be loss-making this year. In our view, this may not be a draconian assumption given capacity utilization near the 70% level and continued competitive pressure. We note that a large portion of Tesla's operating expenditure burden is non-auto. This is very important, including AI infrastructure, e.g. the gigantic supercluster in Texas, which this algebraic exercise does not adjust for. So what they're pointing out here is, based on Tesla's profitability, blah, 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 Tesla's spending an absolute fuck ton of money, and I mean multiple fuck tons actually. By the way, that's a measurement on AI, period. An opportunity that's going to dwarf Tesla's entire automotive and energy businesses many times over. Orders of magnitude over. But what that's doing is painting a different picture. If you look at Tesla, the entire company, and assume, okay, most of their revenue is currently coming from vehicles, how much money are they making? You're not accounting for the fact that they're investing staggering amounts in AI, which is creating a massive drag, yet still making money. Number 3, Robotaxi Day in Hollywood. While we are bullish on the very long-term potential for autonomous vehicles to transform surface transport networks, me too, we urge our clients to keep expectations well managed for the near term. I think there's a mistake in this, by the way. Tesla, I don't believe, no, it definitely hasn't sent out invitations for the event, but that's okay. The Robotaxi event will be allegedly held at Warner Brothers Studios. What is our guess of what to expect here? A demonstration of the latest iteration of FSD, version 12.5 or later, and a demonstration of a fully autonomous cybercab in what we expect to be a closed/semi-closed course. We note that according to the California DMV website, Tesla has a permit for autonomous vehicle testing, quote, with a driver, but does not currently hold a permit for autonomous vehicle testing or deployment without a driver. However, I have a question. Does that apply if you happen to be, say, let's just randomly pick an example, on the Warner Brothers Studios private property worth pondering? That being said, I do suspect there's probably going to be somebody from Tesla in each of the Robotaxis doing demo rides because you want to be able to answer questions, speak, explain, etc. But I don't think they're going to be driving. 4. A few other things. Elon Musk said the delay in timing of the original Robotaxi event was meant to give the company extra time to show off a few other things. Could we see an electric plane or an electric boat let's see here. No, I'm willing to put that on the record. That's an adamant absolutely not. No chance, zero. And I can't wait. Wouldn't it be funny if they actually did that and I'd be embarrassed? But guess what? I'm not going to be embarrassed. There's no fucking way. The latest gen Optimus robot flipping burgers at a Tesla diner? And I'm not out of the question, but I doubt it. We're not really sure. Well, I am absolutely sure we ain't seen an electric plane or a boat. We remind investors, by the way, let me explain my reasoning for this. Tesla's got shit to focus on, like ramping up production of the Robotaxi they're going to be unveiling and a much more affordable vehicle for consumers on the very same platform. They don't have time at this point to be spreading themselves too thin on this shit. And they're trying to solve autonomy, scale a Robotaxi, a dedicated Robotaxi, plus a next generation vehicle based on the Robotaxi platform, and a humanoid robot. Maybe later, maybe one day, but not now. Got to get your priorities in order. And this, bro, I'll be so pissed if Tesla is working on an electric plane or a boat. I'll be furious. We remind investors that such events aim to achieve multiple purposes, including recruiting. That is always the primary purpose. Marketing and consumer education. Marketing, one of my favorite words relating to Tesla. I'm sure I'll have more thoughts. And here we have the Tesla estimates for EPS over the last 12 months. This is consensus estimates for 2024. Hard to see, but Tesla down 50%. Meanwhile, at the top, anyone want to guess? That would be Nvidia up 134%. 2025 consensus EPS estimates, Tesla down 45%, Nvidia up 164%. Now, I don't know exactly when the revenue and profit floodgates from Autonomy open, but when they do, look the fuck out. And now, marketing and consumer education. I saw these and I thought, you know what? We've got to talk a little bit more about this. I saw this post from Big Impact Humans on X. Check it out. This is what happens when you drive through a school parking lot in a Cybertruck.
Bye.
So, this shit is absolutely hilarious and really speaks volumes. Cybertruck itself, an A-list celebrity. Kids flipping the fuck out. I mean, what else gets this kind of reaction from kids en masse? I don't know any product ever. Please let me know if you do. Look at the fucking... Bro, do you have any idea the genius of Cybertruck? The aesthetic, the reaction. Kids get it. Kids know these are future Tesla customers. Either purchasers of vehicles, home batteries, users of their Robotaxi service, Optimus robot owners. Look, absolutely mental. No amount of advertising spend, marketing spend, PR spend can produce these kind of genuine, real results. Really, nothing else to add. Something marketing and consumer education. You know how many parents of those kids have been educated about how fucking awesome a Cybertruck is and how cool Tesla is and how desperately they want the family to own a Tesla, especially a Cybertruck? Now, I came across this excellent post from my favourite Gary Black over on X, who I really love. I do mean that seriously, by the way. It's a great window into how certain folks think, what's important to them, especially on Wall Street. Posting, finding how Tesla bulls blame the mainstream media for unfavourable Tesla press coverage, e.g. today's article leaving Elon off Time's 100 most influential people in AI, but refuse to blame Tesla for their lack of effort in managing the press. I've used this analogy before. It would be like my kid coming home from school upset because he didn't make the baseball team, but it turns out he never even tried out for it. So Gary does have a point in that, in case you guys don't know, the way the media works today, the media isn't full of journalists. The media is a gigantic fucking machine. And if you want to get out there, you know that list, the 100 most influential people in AI? Almost everyone on that list probably had a PR team metaphorically deep-throating the right dongs to make sure that they appeared on that list. That's what PR teams do. You may have noticed, maybe not, but you'll often find that the fake news, 12, 15, 24 different outlets on the exact same fucking day miraculously have the exact same fucking story about the exact same fucking thing out of absolutely nowhere. Why did that end up in the media? It's not an accident. They all didn't independently discover the same thing. It was brought to them by PR. People are deluded if they think the media is out there just to give you an unbiased view of reality, to discover stories. No. Most of it, it's brought to them. Sorry, not sorry. It's just how things are. And I've experienced this myself personally years ago, more than a decade now, I believe. I was approached by a media outlet to appear in a story about real estate investment in Australia. And I did, by the way. The reason I did that is because I was using the media for my own personal gain to start building a platform for a forthcoming pivot into the investment industry to help people build their real estate portfolios. They featured me, tried to paint me as a greedy real estate investor, although I didn't quite fit the narrative. I dress like a piece of shit, live like a piece of shit, was saving every spare cent. They really had an agenda. They asked me the same question over and over and over. I got the same response. I said, you fuckers keep asking me the same question. You're going to get the same response. They didn't like that very much. I did not play their game. But the reason that they wanted to speak to a real estate investor is because a politician with a certain policy had gone to every media outlet in the country who simultaneously, miraculously, ran the same fucking piece in the evening news and post-news shows about real estate investments because she wanted to abolish a certain tax incentive for real estate investment. Now, this is how the media works. I, however, do want to make a distinction. What Gary's saying is true. If you're going, oh, that's not fair, I wish something would change. Different story, right? Personally, I don't give a shit. I will roast Time for being easily bought. It's embarrassing that Musk is not on this list of 100 most influential people in AI in 2024. But I understand why. I'm not complaining about it. I was just saying it's very embarrassing for the media. How corrupt is the media? How easily bought is the media? But I'm not saying I wish it was different. In fact, I'm totally for it. I personally would prefer that Tesla be spending their efforts in terms of marketing and consumer education to produce results like there's kids flipping the fuck out when they see the Cybertruck, then, like make a killer product, get killer results, as opposed to Tesla hiring a team of people trying to figure out which eggplant they must gobble on to ensure that the press gives them favourable coverage. Perhaps some of the comments on this post will be rather telling. Oh, another one from Gary here. I forgot about this one. The media is not aware of the amazing capabilities and future potential of Tesla's FSD. Whose fault is that? So, to be clear, media certainly doesn't have much useful or favourable to say about FSD, but I just want to underscore this point. I am very much okay with this. In fact, I'm highly in favour of this. In fact, this is the best possible outcome. It is in my own selfish best interest that NPCs more broadly, the masses, don't know what's around the corner with FSD. I mean, I'm trying my best to tell people who really want to know, hence saying the same shit every day for thousands of videos in a row. I'm almost not exaggerating. But I know I'm not going to reach a massive audience, and I'm okay with that. Because the less people that understand the opportunity, all other things being equal, the cheaper I'm currently buying Tesla, so the better for me, in my own selfish best interest. But at the same time, I am trying to alert people to the potential opportunity I see. But if we boil it down, I'm actually 100% in favour of the media being completely wrong about Tesla, investors being completely wrong about Tesla, analysts being completely wrong about everyone being completely wrong about Tesla, except a few people that really want to dig enough, they find this channel and then suddenly, oh, wait a minute, you might have a point. Here's a question. Would you personally prefer that Tesla invest time, effort, and importantly money in educating the media about the wonderful potential of FSD? Or, and just assume this is a black or white choice, or Tesla to be 100% focused on actually making FSD? Now, you'll probably answer this question differently depending on the length of your investment time horizon and whether or not you're still accumulating the stock and or whether or not you're judged on the quarterly performance of your fund. I'm still buying, like I said. So personally, I'd rather Tesla actually just keep nailing the software, and also I'd rather the media just continue to not understand the amazing capabilities and future potential of FSD. But hey, that's just me. Farzad responds, this could be interesting. Funny how it's become normal to accept that mainstream media cannot state the obvious. Well, yeah, duh. This says more about the mainstream media than it says about Tesla. Come on, my brother. Well, look, I mean, I get it. I call it the hate stream media. It's fake news. It's all horseshit. The only people who watch this shit anymore are like 72-year-old people who's just, their brain is unable to rewire now. They still trust the media. And so Gary has a point. Farzad kind of has a point, but we know Farzad. The media, it's a load of horseshit. Again, I go back to that example of me being in the media years ago as a real estate investor. They were trying to paint me as evil and greedy and rah, 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 because some politician wanted to get on all the media at the same time, all the news at the same time. And they all wanted to cover this article so she could get support for her new policy proposal, which, by the way, was ultra brain dead in the long term, would have had disastrous financial consequences. Gary responds, come on, Farzad. You talk about the mainstream media like it's some exogenous force. If Tesla doesn't like the narrative of how they're portrayed by the mainstream media, they should just change it. Stop bitching. So here's the thing. Who is to say that Tesla doesn't like the narrative of how they're portrayed in the mainstream media? I got a funny feeling that Tesla actually just doesn't really give a fuck either way. I think Tesla's much more focused on actually making incredible products. And sure, in an ideal world, if the media got it right, hey, I'm sure Tesla wouldn't complain. But I really don't think they give a fuck either way. Like, I don't give a fuck either way. Don't get me wrong. I will roast people in the media who get it wrong because it's funny. But I don't want it to change. I'm not sure a lot of people get this, right? Tesla just really doesn't give a fuck. They're not playing the game. They don't have a PR department for a reason. They don't want to play that game. I personally would like to see more of this and absolutely zero of Tesla playing the game with the mainstream media. And to be clear, playing the game will get the results that you want if you play the game. You smoke the right polls with your PR firm, you'll get the results. But I've got a funny feeling that Tesla has slightly different priorities than having the fake news accurately portray the reality about Tesla and their incredible future. I feel quite confident that Tesla's much more focused on solving autonomy and scaling their humanoid robot than they are on hiring the right PR team to smoke the right polls to ensure that the media has favourable coverage of Tesla's current and or future products. In fact, I'll even go as far as to suggest that Tesla's clear and unassailable lead in not just electric vehicles, but importantly, autonomy and likely humanoid robots will remain entirely unchanged, not at all be influenced, period. Zero influence by what the H3 media says or doesn't say about Tesla. I know this is a very controversial thing to say, but that's kind of my whole thesis. And the reason is opinions and commentary have zero bearing on the underlying technological reality. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR or I can keep going. Plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend, seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.